Every week here on King of Bowling, the women are out here bumping heads with the men to try to qualify for the TV show. But if they do not, they are awarded a cash prize of $200 in their division. This week's queen, Barb Fields, shooting 636. That's a very nice score. How'd you shoot that score, Barb?
Well, let's correct it and say 633 because that's what I had. And I just did the best I could do that day, and that's what I got.
Well, that's excellent shooting. On behalf of the BPA, $200. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I can use it. Thank you.
Barb Fields, our queen of bowling, and our king is Terry Saccone. Terry, 30 years old, 210 average. He has rolled 12 sanctioned 300 games. He has an 856 series to his credit. That is the highest ever in the city of Cincinnati. 6 times the king of bowling here on our TV show, and in 1980 he was the TV King of the Year. Also the ABC Team Championship winner in 1982. His teammate was Don Scudder. So here's Terry Saccone, of course, 266 last week. Perfect all the way except for an open frame in the third. He starts off with a light hit.
Getting up there especially quick. Lou Granoni sitting to my right. I'm pretty sure he'll be pulling for his Italian compatriot here, Saccone.
It's a good thing Lou's not a bowler. We'll put him Granoni against Saccone. And Terry kicks it out.
Sounds like something Chef Boyardee would can. Super game. The sport of bowling has been around forever. In my life, it's been a major part of my life for years. I've met thousands and thousands of just super people. It's a lot of fun. Anybody that's at home and you don't know quite what to do, come on out and bowl. Meet some friends.
Yes.
And despite the fact that he's pretty mean right now, Alan Downs is a super young guy. Check it out here. Textbook strikes, first and second game. This time we're going to see the patented trip 4. The ball going a hair high through the nose. See it a little high on the head pin there, driving the head pin straight back. The 2 pin went to the wall, kicks out the 4.
No, the 7 won't go.
Incredible shot. Pins flying everywhere, just looking for something to knock down, and somehow we've got the stealth 7.
Come again?
Unbelievable. Stealth, invisible, you know?
All right.
Look at it there. Look, pins flying everywhere. Somehow it escaped. Does not escape on the spare.
If you go back to last game, Alan Downs had 10 strikes in a row going up to that last frame.
Incredible. He's throwing the ball very well, as he's been doing for several weeks.
Downs had a 248 in game 1 with 8 strikes, a 259 in game 2 with 10 strikes. And this is Terry Saccone.
Don't count Terry out.
No, that's the way he looked last week. Just solid strikes.
Terry Saccone, an excellent player. He's not going to let one bad shot, light shot the first frame, get him down. Playing about the 11th, 12th forward, going with a little less roll than he normally would. 10 pins in the pit. He's close.
Once again. You know, we talk about our fine crowd here today. Also here today, Bo Hudapole, BPA Executive Director, Bill Seibel from Durban Bowl, who always sits between Dave and I, keeping our score, Tom Gray, Lasannaville Lanes, Joe Minster from the Hamilton Journal, one of the top bowling writers in our area, and also Sam Coleman of Coleman Lanes, by the way.
That's where
next
we're going to be.
Qualifying, Coleman Lanes. Next weekend. So
unbelievable. This man is just breaking pins in half. I love it. It isn't the strength of the ball or the hardness that you throw, Todd. It's the power that's in the ball. This man is not only throwing hard, he is ripping the cover off that ball. He's hammering home another 240 or 50 game. I can just feel it. Deliberate, getting set, knows that this is going to be the toughest match of the day. Wide, very wide, leaving the
2-8.
2-8, tough spare.
And that 8-pin always hides.
Now this particular spare, if you're lined up and hitting the target, as Alan has been doing, you take your feet, move them approximately 3 boards to the right, hit the same target, and the ball should go dead through the 2, carry through, and take out the 8. Just like that.
Once again, let's remind you, you can qualify today for next week's bowling at Crossgate Lanes. Phil Evers is the high qualifier so far, 681, then Kerry Logan, 679, then Bob Owens, 664. And then next week, qualifying is at Coleman Lanes in Fairfield.
Ah, yeah.
But who would want to take this guy on, huh?
I wouldn't mind. If I could just get there,
Yeah.
I'd love to try to take him on.
Yeah.
Let's
3 strikes in a row.
Let's watch it here. His 3rd strike of the match. Perfect. 12th board. Taking a little roll off the ball by going around it so it skids a little further down the lane, but it's got plenty of hitting power left when it gets to the pocket. Close again.
Oh.
A little more speed that time. That was it. But he split his board in half. Physically, he rolled the ball fairly well. 6-pin did not do its job.
He's got to pick up the 10-pin. So Saccone picks it up. And we are midway through our championship game. We'll be back for the finish after this.
Many people would say it's impossible to improve on a Hudi, but we've done just that. With carefully selected grains and special aromatic hops. The result, better flavor and a smoother, richer, more satisfying beer. We call it Hudi Gold. No other beer in America is brewed with more expert personal care. Try the new golden taste of Hudi Gold.
The better beers of Unipol, Unipol.
Save on all tape decks, video recorders, and blank tape right now during Swallen's Giant Tape Extravaganza. You'll find Sony's new Easy Beta video recorder with 3-day programmability and beta scan speed search on sale for $399. This Technics Dolby stereo cassette deck, only $99. And the Sony cassette deck with Dolby B&C noise reduction and full Logic Feather touch controls. Yours for $189 right now during Swallen's Giant Tape Extravaganza.
You'll find it at Swallen's.
Several years ago, the man who provided probably one of the most exciting parts of history in the King of Bowling was this man, Dave Newkirk. 10 consecutive weeks. Something that's never been beaten till today. Dave, welcome back. How you been?
Thank you so much, David. It's nice seeing you again.
You still bowling?
Not that often anymore. I'm too busy into my other profession, which is an entertainer.
Yeah, that's right. You're quite a good singer and everything. I've had the opportunity to see you a few times. Why don't you get your shoes on? Come on back. Let's teach these kids a lesson.
I'm too far over the hill, David. Quite far over the hill.
The way Alan Downs is throwing today, he's going to be tough to beat, and I think you and I, the safest place is in the back.
I will agree with that. The way Alan's bowling, I'm glad I quit a long time ago. What about you?
Yeah, we're still trying. Dave, thanks a lot, again, providing us with one of the greatest moments in King of Bowling, 10 consecutive weeks. Super job. We'll see you, buddy.
Thank you, and may I say that the greatest memories of my life were the ones I acquired through the King of TV Bowling. Thank you.
Back to action, and here's Alan Downs. by 19 pins.
I'm kind of sorry Dave quit bowling because he used to shoot a lot of honor scores, and they'd mistakenly put my name in behind his scores. Dave Newkirk, Newrath. A great competitor, as we have a lot of those people here. Formerly excellent players, currently super people.
Who's this Don Newkirk guy?
That's Dave's brother.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was close to qualifying.
Yeah,
for this one. He was a 6 qualifier.
He's a port sider, and he's been working on his game for a lot of years, and he's made the show several times, but not in recent years. Great bowling town. A lot of good bowlers, a lot of good people. One of them, this man right here, Alan Downs, trying to unseat Terry Saccone.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. If I were a pin, I wouldn't be standing right now. I'd be scared to death. This man is just crucifying the pocket.
Give that 9-pin a red badge of courage then, because it's still standing up.
9-pin, just to the right of center of your screen. Watch it dodge all kind of bullets here. Still alive.
And Allen now with 3 straight spares, and that's not what he's used to today.
Well, the name of the game is strikes, but he still has the ball in play. He's making all of his spares. This match can go either way. Terry Saccone, spare up.
Got it.
There you go.
Boy, he really turns that ball over.
Let's isolate our eyes on the 6-pin here. Second pin from the right hand of your screen. Let's watch it do a number on the 10th pin. That's the reaction you want to see right there. Go to the wall, kick it out as it's going to the wall or on the way back. He's got him dancing.
31-pin advantage now for Terry Saccone, and he has a strike working in the 7th.
At this point, Todd, if you're in this man's shoes, you know what you have to do. If both players strike out, he's a loser. But he must strike to put himself in position should Terry Saccone stumble.
Leaves that 6-pin.
That's the 9.
That's the 9-pin hanging out back there.
Well, it was part of the 4-9 split, which is one of the pocket splits that you're going to leave, Todd. He tripped out the 4-pin, which was a good break, but it was close enough to be a potential strike. Alan Downs still not out of it, but he must start striking this next frame.
Don't forget, Dave, Bowl Down Cancer Week starts today. Rather, yesterday. Looking at my calendar watch here. February 18th running through February 26th.
Is that one of those that takes a licking and keeps on ticking, Todd? Your day behind? Or?
I can't even hear a tick, so I don't know.
It's there.
Oh. Leaves the 4.
Close on every shot, not getting the good breaks off the walls.
He left the 9-pin the last 2 frames, leaves the 4-pin this frame.
Okay, let's watch and see how the 4-pin is left. The 2-pin, which is going to be the one just to the left of the head pin, will go to the wall. The head pin goes straight back. The 2-pin goes to the wall, comes off, and normally would kick that 4-pin out, but it missed.
And so another spare, 5 spares in a row for Alan Downs. And a 43-pin advantage for Terry Saccone in the 8th frame.
Both players, as you're picking it up at home, both players are using the same type of ball. Brand name, Hammer. Construction, urethane. It hits and hooks, and both of these bowlers are showing you what the ball can do.
And the 10 will go.
just like any other sport, Todd, this game has really come full circle after years with equipment, not only considering the equipment, but the talent of the players keeps growing every year. The ball gets in. Now, let's see it skid out right there. Didn't get into the good roll. 6-pin's just going to go to the wall and die. Almost left the 8-pin. That would have been a critical open. Look out.
Look out. Oh. You talk about new life for Alan Downs, who was down 43 pins in the 8th. That has now changed to 20 pins.
Okay, the ball here, where it would normally start to skid and take it. See it go into a roll there? The ball starts to turn over. Misses it by 1 inch. Terry Saccone can still close this match out with strikes in the 9th, 10th, and 11th.
He starts off with a strike in the 9th. 3 more and he'll have a 236, and the best Alan Downs can do is a 227.
Okay,
check that
Terry
at 216.
Saccone, down at the line, knows it's a critical time to build up a good cushion here. 10 pins in the pit. Knows he can put it away in the 10th, and Alan Downs couldn't do a thing about it.
Boy, that came in at the last minute.
My goodness, that
came in the side door on that.
Safe to say that ball was in the weeds. He whips it way to the right. Watch this. He'd been hitting the 10th board and keeping it around there. This ball goes all the way out to the 5th board, and at this point there's no way. Forget it. Here it comes. Katie bar the door. The head pin is kicking some pins.
I thought he'd go on over to lane 15 before he came back to 14 to get the strike.
Almost. What he's done now is given himself a breath of life, Todd. If he strikes in the 10th and 11th, we've got a game. It's there.
Yes. Alan Downs just long jumped 17 feet after getting the strike on that one.
Let's watch it here. The only way he can possibly win is to strike right here. Does he do it? Does he give it his best shot of the game? You bet he does. Absolutely awesome. 56 to 76. 20 pins. Now down to 10. Can tie it all up with this one right here.
Yes. And we are looking very much at a potential tie.
We could get there, and in that case we would have a 9th and 10th frame game. Again, knowing how critical this shot is, perfect, absolutely perfect. Couldn't throw a ball any better. No human being could throw a ball any better than that. He liked it. This young man has come of age right now, today, on King of Bowling.
With the strike, he can finish with a 216. What he finishes with. Alan Downs finishing out in grand style. Had 5 straight spares in the middle of that game, but finishes with 4 strikes and a 216. And Terry Saccone needs a strike on this first ball to win.
The situation is this, Todd. If he strikes, he is still the king. Anything less than a strike means he has to spare and then strike for a win. Let's see.
He's gonna go Brooklyn side. He's got it.
Unlike Alan Downs, who's thrown super shots to get there, Saccone throws a completely errant shot to win.
Wow. From the time it left his hand, you saw it. It's going to be Brooklyn or nothing.
I'm sure the kind of competitor Terry Saccone is. He doesn't like winning that way, but a win is a win.
That's how he wants to finish. A strike, and he'll finish with a 236.
We cannot take any credit away from Alan Downs. He's bowled an absolutely fantastic series today, not only in score, but in execution.
And so Terry Saccone finishes with a 236. Alan Downs a 216 for the second week in a row. Our king is Terry Saccone. Some fine scores today, so what do you say we reward those performances? Dave, you've got 3 checks in your hand.
That's right, Todd. Tom Cushman, first gentleman up, $150 for your efforts. Tom, you had a little trouble with the condition today, but you bowled well. Thank you. Okay. Don, last week, good showing. You made it to your other tournament on time. $225 today. Good bowling.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay. Alan, come on over here. I've said it before, 723. That's what you totaled today. You know that?
I got lucky.
You got lucky. You bowled excellent. $375. Super, super effort.
Thank you. The luckiest 723 this year on the BPA, right? All right, for the second week in a row, $750 to our king, Terry Saccone. All right, now, last week you were open in the third frame. We said you had to work on your third frame this week, and you did get a strike in the third frame today.
Yes, I was fortunate to fill the third frame up this week.
236, but you had a scare there.
Yeah, Alan bowled a super game. I had a lot of breaks he didn't carry, and I'm just fortunate to win today.
When you saw Alan with 8 strikes in the first game, 10 strikes in the second game, did that worry you a little bit going into that championship game, knowing you're going to have to face a guy who is hot and rolling?
I knew he wasn't going to let up.
All right, and Terry will not let up. He'll be with us next week at Crossgate Lanes, and that's where we will be on the BPA King of Bowling.